Welcome back to another Marketing Monday episode, and thank you for tuning into the Vi Media channel. My name is Eric Brown. I am the president at Vi Media. So, if you ever go ahead and talk to us about our services and reach out to us, you will most likely, if not always, end up speaking to me. And today, we have a ton of episodes on this, and this is going to come out really here at the very end of the year. What's today? So this is going to come out the 20th or so of December. And really, you know, honestly, this is already stuff that you guys as business owners or you're in a marketing profession really should have already had these discussions for next year and planned for this stuff for next year. And what I mean by that, especially from a marketing perspective, right? Most companies are spending money on marketing. Obviously, there's easier ways of marketing avenues that you're able to specifically track dollars in and dollars out versus others. Of course, it's easier with Google Ads and with SEO because you can directly measure clicks and impressions and people going through to your website, and of course, even from social media if it's someone clicking through from there. Um, but when it comes to branding and things like that, of course, it's tough to measure where every single lead comes from in your business. But you should have a very good idea. And over the last couple of weeks with all of our clients, really, we've been having that discussion, which is what did we, you know, I'll say last week we had a really good episode with Zach and Matt, who lead our SEO and PPC and Google Ads division. We had a great discussion about what we learned, but I really want to be able to put this back to a business owner, what you guys should be focused on, and also what, again, marketing should be focused on, which is where did the leads come from and how did they get to your business? So we use a platform called What Converts. We essentially just white label it and build it out as our own for our clients. But if we have this stuff set up properly, we're able to actually go in and see not only on a daily or weekly or monthly basis, but let's just look at, say, this whole year, right? 2024. And then, of course, we can even compare to last year, right? If you've been working with that client for a long enough period of time and really be able to dive deep into what's working, what areas need improvement, you know, are we successful? Do we have a bigger budget next year to get into more avenues? But you should be able to show how all of these leads are coming in. So, for one of our clients, we were going over everything from an organic standpoint, organic SEO, just going to the website, looking at the Google business profile leads as well, from, phone calls to obviously directly measuring those to the website and then them either calling or filling out a form. And we were really able to see where all of the leads came from a digital marketing, of course, from a marketing standpoint, not looking at it from a referral standpoint and what the business owner is bringing in there, but strictly from a digital marketing perspective, where did that stuff come in from? And depending on where you are at in your business is, of course, going to depend on where your leads come from. But for a lot of our clients where, say, for example, we just started working with them within the past, let's just say 2 years, right? More likely than not, even if they have the same budget going to Google Ads and to SEO, you can expect to see almost as much traffic coming from Google Ads. And of course, this is ton of variables. We have a ton of videos on all of this stuff to dive deeper into what I'm saying. But, to be able to see exactly how that stuff is working, right? So Google Ads. So for a lot of our clients, we were able to see, hey, 50% of the overall traffic, digital marketing traffic from your company was from Google Ads. We're able to see that 30% was from, the Google business profile in this area. We were able to see 10% was from this Google business profile. We were able to see 15% was from organic traffic going to the website, right? So Google business profile, they search marketing company St. Louis, Vi Media, our marketing company's Google business profile shows up, right? And then, of course, underneath that, you're going to have, of course, the websites, right? The 10 websites on the first page that are going to be showing that are not paid for. So, and what you'll notice by that is actually the Google business profiles now, depending on what type of business you are, especially if you're a local a local service company, it's arguably more important. And of course, the reason I could say that is just simply go into Google and search for a type of business. What is showing up first? Well, depending on what you're looking for, you're going to have Google guaranteed as the first thing, right? You're paying Google per phone call. Of course, you can dispute that stuff if you get bad phone calls, quotation marks, and that's becoming harder and harder. And Google's really just giving credits back. They're not even giving you your money back for that. And of course, that means they're giving credits back. So the only way to get those credits is to continue with Google guaranteed, right? So that's the first thing for a lot of businesses. Of course, some industries don't have that option. In that case, the first thing is going to be just search ads, right? You type in best Italian restaurant on the hill. More likely than not, you're going to have a couple search ads of, Mama's on the Hill, right? For example, or Favazza's or X, Y, and Z. Uh, so, then you'll see those. And then underneath that, you'll actually see the Google Business Profile. So keep in mind, again, I'm still not to the website. So then you're going to see the Google Business Profiles. Of course, there's usually going to be 3 of those not paid for. And then more likely than not, there will be one paid for as well. So there could be potentially 4 listings there for Google Business Profiles of 4 different businesses. One of those at the top being an ad. So then you essentially have 3 places there. And then underneath all of that, you have, of course, the organic websites. So not saying that, organic websites and making sure that you're ranking there isn't important, because a lot of the work that you put in on the website is, of course, going to affect the performance of your Google Business Profile itself. With that said, there are a lot of things that I have talked about on this channel extensively on things that are really out of a marketing company's control, and really where it needs to come into place is a business has this operation, has this process that they are obtaining reviews, because reviews are super important in order to get your Google Business Profile ranking. Because if you are a plumber, an electrician, an HVAC company, an accountant, financial advisor, name the business, right? There are a lot of you out there. So, in order to make sure that you are being found, right, you want this stuff set up, and you know that there's going to be a bunch of financial advisors that have Google Business Profiles. So, you need to make sure that you're getting reviews to that, because, to be frank, most companies do not do a good job of that. Um, and so, if you are a company that's excelling at that, and of course, the first thing you need to do is excel at doing a good job. Um, Second thing is, of course, taking advantage of doing a good job and being able to use your clients to give you good testimonials and reviews on Google, in order to spread the word, right? Let other people know about what you do in your company. So, you know, with that said, you have all of these different ways that you're able to generate revenue. Of course, over time, your SEO should improve, right? You should be getting more and more leads if you're, of course, spending money on marketing, and, of course, have a good enough budget appropriated to that, that you should be seeing improvements, right? That's the whole point, is that you want to take over. At the end of the day, you want to take over spots of your competitors that are ranking above you. And of course, you can't just sit there and not do anything, right? Reviews, building content on your website. There's a lot to do. There's a lot that you can do. So, okay, you spent money on SEO. You spent money on Google and Microsoft ads. You spent money on social media advertising. Well, it's hard to measure social media on a month-to-month basis, especially if you're a home service company, because more likely than not, you're driving brand awareness. You're not trying to drive, obviously, you want leads, but you're not specifically trying to drive leads, right? That shouldn't be the main goal of social media advertising, because it just frankly probably won't work out in your favor. So you have all of these different avenues, right? How well did this stuff work for you? Looking at it over a yearly basis, how much did we spend on these platforms? What is our cost per acquisition? What is our cost per lead? Now, of course, again, we know that most businesses can't track everything. But with what we do for our clients and what we set up for our clients, we are able to track a lot. We're able to track enough without our clients telling us anything really at the end of the day. And you should have this in place for your business. And your marketing company, if you're using a marketing company, should have this in place for your business. Because if you cannot track, measure results, if you cannot have an intelligent conversation at the end of the year about what worked and what didn't, and what should we do next year, what do we need to change? Did we see trends throughout the year, right? A lot of home service companies, depending on the type of, service that they offer, for example, the insulation company that we own, right? I mean, they're killing it right now, which sucks. So they're not going to take a lot of time off around Christmas because it's cold. And cold weather means people are looking for an insulation company, right? Same thing with HVAC. Now, companies such as, say, roofing companies are going to be slow right now. Number one, depending on where you're at, it's tough to install the stuff. And number two, it's cold. Not getting rain. You're not getting storms. And also, people aren't worried about their roof right now as well. Now, during those storm months, of course, so let's just say, for example, you have a $100,000 budget or $1 million budget to use for the entirety of the year. Well, be smart about it. You know that when you're spending money, especially on pay per click, then you need to take advantage of the months where you can get the most leads, which of course is going to be during the time when the most people are searching for your type of business. Roofers, storm season. HVAC, cold and hot. Insulation, cold and hot. Landscaping. I mean, obviously you got spring, you got fall cleanup, and then of course people are outside in the summer, so that as well. Not so much in the winter, right? Besides, obviously, you got snow, but no one really cares about their mulching or landscaping or anything like that during the winter. So plan that stuff out. You don't just want to say, let's spend $5,000 every month on Google Ads when we know that some of these months we should spend eight and some of these months we should only spend three, right? Or only spend two. And then be able to move that money around. You don't only have to say, this is only going to be able to go to Google Ads, right? Maybe during the slower months, you work more on SEO because you're not going to be able to spend all of that money on Google Ads because you know that those people aren't searching for it. Or you spend more money on social media. So you need to be planning this stuff out. A marketing company that wings it, that's looking for you, the business owner, for all the answers, it's not what you want. You want someone that already knows what's going to work for your industry. They have results in that industry. They know trends. They're able to track all of this stuff. They're able to show what's the most important thing to do depending on where you're at in your business. And you're able to build this out and know what's going to work for your business. Of course, if you're a new business, there's going to be a lot of testing, which of course you need to track and measure. We have a video specifically about tracking and measuring. Feel free to go back and look at that. It goes over all the different analytics tools and things like that we look at. So please like, review, comment, subscribe. If you learned something, if you have questions for us, leave it in the comments. We'll respond. You can reach out to me personally, Eric Kempf Brown, across all platforms, or just reach out to us at Vi Media here. We appreciate everyone's support, and we'll talk to you all soon. Thank you.